President Shavkat Mirziyoyev reviewed the presentation of proposals to expand the activities of entrepreneurs and involve them in exports and held a meeting on the construction of housing and massives of New Uzbekistan in the current year. Details in the following report.
Last year, exporting enterprises were provided with assistance worth of 665 billion soms, which made it possible to ensure exports worth $3.2 billion. However, in some sectors and regions, these funds were not used effectively. In this regard, the issue of production in the regions, industrial zones, and exports are planned to unite into the single system. It is proposed to transfer 12 sectoral and industrial associations into the system of Chamber of Commerce and Industry. This will transfer the issue of project support and export from the state to organizations of self-government of entrepreneurs. As a result, decision-making on requirements and requests of entrepreneurs and their concerns will be facilitated and interaction between entrepreneurs will be strengthened. Based on experience of developed countries, the Trade Development Company will be established instead of the agencies and funds operating in the sphere. It will attract qualified designers, technologists, and marketing specialists from abroad to ensure that domestic products meet international requirements, help exporters enter new markets, and promote national brands abroad. Subsidies, compensations, and other types of support will be provided by the company based on entrepreneur sustainability rating. Interaction between Chamber of Commerce and Industry and Uzbek Expertise, a joint stock company, will be strengthened. Project Office to support entrepreneurs will start working in each district. The President noticed that business development is one of the priorities of economic reforms and outlined tasks in the sphere of supporting entrepreneurs. President Shavkat Mirziyoyev held a meeting on construction of housing and massives of New Uzbekistan this year. Considering the population growth, construction works are dynamically continuing. In particular, within the framework of program for the current year, it is planned to build 100,000 housing units. The relevant measures were discussed at the meeting. First of all, the issue of cost and quality of new housing were considered. Imbalances were pointed out. Instructions were given to reduce the cost of housing construction and improve its quality. In this regard, it has been determined that in order to increase supply of housing market, additional land plots of construction of apartment buildings will be put up for auction. The head of state announced new opportunities for the population and builders. This year, 22.5 trillion soms will be allocated to finance mortgage from all sources, including almost 10 trillion soms will be allocated for mortgage lending, 2.3 trillion soms to cover down payments and interest for 20,000 low-income families. 500 billion soms will be allocated to increase working capital of constructing organizations with the issue of soft loans for up to 18 months with the annual rate of 16% and grace period of 12 months. Banks will also participate in this process with their funds. A green standard will be introduced in housing construction. Constructors meeting this standard will be granted a loan at the rate 1 percentage points lower, it means 15%. The Company for Entrepreneurship Development Bank will allocate 200 billion soms to provide constructors with loan guarantees and partial compensations of interest expenses. The effect of customs privileges on import of special equipment for housing construction will be extended for another year. The requirements of homes being mortgaged will no longer be required. Families included in the poverty reduction program and living in sustainable housing based on recommendation of Mahalla 7 will be given mortgage loans for the construction and repair of their own houses in amount of 120 million soms. In this case, 50 percentage points of loan as well as up to 6 points of the annual interest rate in the first 5 years will be covered from the budget. The meeting also considered issues of construction of New Uzbekistan massives. Today, construction of 38 such airways has been launched in the regions, and 70 more are planned to be built this year. In this regard, it has been instructed to approve the address list in terms of airways and speed up construction works. The head of state emphasized that quality, compliance with deadlines, and cost should be the main requirements.